Dan here from Coerco. With me today is our project coordinator Lucas. How are you, mate?
How's it going?
Good. And our sales engineer Craig. There you go. Thanks for being on, boys. Today we're discussing a recent project where we partnered with global resources company BHP. As global leaders in the resource sector, BHP have always had a reputation for innovation and challenging themselves to help provide products and materials that are essential for infrastructure, helping enable better standards of living and facing greater prosperity. With our collaboration, we provided a custom-built 5,000 litre diesel transfer tank for their operations. And gentlemen, you guys were integral in that. Craig, we obviously started out when BHP came to us wanting to remove the fuel from their haul pack systems for servicing the fuel tank, and what that avoided was them having to dump the fuel into their chemical or hazardous waste if the tank was nearly full. So if they had 4,000 litres of diesel, they could actually store it back into this skid and pump it back into the tank when the truck was ready to be utilised again back on site. So Craig, if you want to sort of give us a little bit of an idea of what you went through when you were coming up with this product.
This one was a good one for us. I had a background in diesel and chemical storage, so also an interest in this field. So with that, drawing on the expertise, took it to our design team in-house. We had a few cups of coffee and the whiteboard and put together a plan on how we could achieve with the components that we used, utilising a single pump and hose reel. So it made it efficient, economic and safe. We wanted to make sure we adhered to Australian standards for combustible and flammable liquids.
Yeah. And the efficiency sense, you mentioned the single hose reel. We had two pumps in the skid, but then the one hose reel, which made it a much more economical system, because initially it was having two reels and two pumps, or two independent systems, but we managed to design a system that they could use while still having one toggle and then operating just with one hose reel.
That was the clever part on the side of the design team, to be able to simultaneously switch to control that valve and to switch the right pump at the same time.
Yeah, so just coming up with a design on that was great fun.
A good challenge.
Yeah, it was really good fun. And then we obviously put that to the client. They were very happy with it. And we were obviously awarded the project and then handed over to our execution team in Lucas, our project manager. And you put that together for us and did the final detailed design and presented that to the client again. So give us a little bit more detail on what that process was like.
So yeah, when you guys handed over the project to me, I had the PNID to just check and modify and send it to the customer to give us a final approval. As soon as we had that, it was a very smooth process of fabrication. Since you guys have done a really good job until then. We engaged the client a few times during this process. First time I remember we engaged was regarding the forklift pocket.
With the forklift pockets, it was that was sort of a bit of an afterthought on the overall project from the client, because initially when we were having discussion, Craig, they didn't want to move it around. It was just in the drawing board. Yeah, it was going to sit in the corner of the shed and they weren't going to move it around. But then they came to you and decided, all right, we want to move this thing around full of diesel. So we obviously had to carry out the FEAs and do a redesign on it, still keeping within budget, to be able to have that as a product that they can now lift up empty and full, different centre of gravities and different points for both, and then move it around the workshop as needed. So I think that was, well done from you guys for pulling that out, and again within budget as well, without having to put any variations in. You made it work, so it was fantastic. And then obviously through the commissioning and testing as well, you guys handled that, and it went pretty well. And he rang me up on his break, and I was on break as well. He said, "Oh, this is great, we got it," and he's real happy with it. So he actually passed on his thanks to you guys.
And yeah, we were able to put together the IOM to him very quickly. I think he asked 1 week before the end of the year, and in a matter of a couple of days we put together, sent it to him.
We did deliver that ahead of time, and obviously we had our document deliverables were a couple of weeks after delivery of the asset, but yeah, we managed to turn that around quite quickly so they could begin commissioning and operating it.
So there was no delays on the project, and I'm very happy with that. And obviously the client.
Coming to us for a unit like this is because it was a very unique situation where it's not diesel transport and it's not static diesel. It's a very grey area, and they were willing to work with us to come up with a solution that still met all the Australian standards when it sort of hadn't really been done before. So it was great for them to trust and to know that they can rely on Coerco's expertise in this area. And they got the benefit of having a solution to a problem that they've always had. Yes. And it's saving, I mean, a unit like this pays for itself in no time, in the amount of diesel they save. Something like 30,000 litres of diesel was wasted in the process of this project. So they're now saving that moving forward. So huge benefits to them moving forward. And obviously for us to be given the opportunity to develop a product like this was fantastic to be able to work with a very forward-thinking and innovative company like BHP, where they want that drive for innovation. So being given that opportunity to innovate was fantastic. A great example of our complete project delivery pathway. Discover, develop, deliver. Obviously the discover stage, yourself and I, Craig, working with the client, analysing the project, what they needed, doing some design drawings and having them review that and back and forward and having the feedback and then manipulating it from there. Then hand over to the manufacturing as part of the develop stage. Lucas, develop and deliver. You were managing all of that from the manufacturing sign-off and all the detailed design and engineering to go with that, as well as the logistics and commissioning and then the documentation support associated with that as well. So across you two fantastic gentlemen, we did the full scope, and it was fantastic working with you guys on this one, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan. It's my pleasure.
Coerco continues to be a leader in providing customised liquid management solutions. By partnering with Coerco, you have complete confidence supported by a commitment to solutions for total liquid control, delivering products that will be with you for life.